Let your mind be the still lake that reflects calmly, while the storms of life pass over its surface. Marcus Aurelius. Your boss screams. Your phone buzzes and flashes with 1,000 urgent demands. Everything around you feels like it's crumbling, burning, spiraling out of control. The chaos isn't just out there. It's inside you, swelling, overwhelming, pulling you under like a rip current. But let me ask you something. What if none of it, none of the shouting, the deadlines, the disasters, could touch the core of who you are? What if, no matter how wild the world got, you possessed something unshakable, something no storm could breach, an unbreakable fortress of calm? 2,000 years ago, amidst the chaos of his empire, Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote of such a place. He wasn't secluded in a quiet monastery or hiding behind the walls of a tranquil retreat. No, he led armies. He ruled through plagues that snatched away millions of lives. He made decisions with betrayal lurking in every shadow. Blood stained his hands. Death knocked on his door daily. And yet, in that crucible of suffering, Marcus Aurelius discovered a secret. A truth that divides the men who falter and crumble under pressure from the men who endure, who rise above, who thrive. Picture this: a lake at dawn. The surface so still it reflects the sky above, like a flawless mirror. Now, imagine a storm rolling in. Winds howl, rain slices through the air, waves thrash violently against the shores. Above, it's chaos, utter destruction. But 20 feet below that turbulent surface, stillness, serenity. In those depths, the storm cannot reach. The gale can scream, the waves can crash, but the heart of the lake remains untouched. And here's the thing you might not realize yet. Your mind is that lake. Yes, the surface, the constant churn of emotions, gut reactions, and passing thoughts, will always be vulnerable to life's storms. If you're alive, if you're human, the surface will ripple, shatter, and heave. That's unavoidable. That's normal. But beneath that frantic layer, there exists something else. Something deeper, something stronger. A place so still and enduring that no wind, no wave, no storm above can disturb it. That place is your true power. Marcus Aurelius had a name for it. He called it the inner citadel, your mind's fortress, unconquerable, rational, a bastion of wisdom and strength. Think about this. Marcus's own son, Commodus, plotted against him, trying to overthrow the very father who raised him. Did Marcus rage? Did he despair? No. He went deeper. When a plague swept through his empire, stealing the lives of the people he ruled, he didn't collapse in panic. He didn't drown in the storm of fear and grief. Instead, he retreated within, into that still, unshakable place where clarity and wisdom reside. This isn't about shutting yourself off from the world, about becoming some emotionless, hardened shell. No. Stone statues don't lead empires. They don't raise families or build legacies. This isn't about apathy. It's about remaining unmovable at your core while staying fully engaged in the fight of life. Think of a master swordsman. His blade dances through the air with electrifying precision, moving with the speed and fluidity of water. And yet, his center, his core, is balanced, rooted, unflinching. Strike at him, and he flows around your attack, undisturbed. The battlefield rages, yet his focus is sharp, his mind as clear as glass. That's what Marcus Aurelius mastered. That's what you too can master. And he wasn't alone. Seneca, exiled under the Emperor Nero and surrounded by threats of violence and death, used his isolation to compose letters of timeless wisdom that resonate even today. And Epictetus, born into slavery, his leg crushed by the cruelty of his master, rose to become one of the greatest teachers of emperors. These men all understood the same truth. They discovered the depths of their own still lake and let neither suffering nor catastrophe define them. Instead, they used those trials, transformed them. Suffering became strength. Chaos became clarity. Your mind operates on two levels. The surface, the part that's reactive, impulsive, ebbs and flows with emotions like fear, anger, excitement, despair. These feelings crash over you like relentless waves. And here's where most people struggle. They fight the waves. They flail, they thrash, they try to control the uncontrollable. And in doing so, they drown. You cannot fight the storms of life on the surface level, but you can learn to see emotions for what they truly are. Temporary weather patterns passing over your deeper self. Beneath those crashing waves lies the deeper level of your mind, the part that observes, the part that remains calm, rational, unshakable. This is where your real decisions are made. This is where your character lives. When someone attacks your reputation, the surface mind instinctively wants to lash out, to defend, to retaliate. But the deeper mind takes a step back. It asks, is this true? If it is, how do I improve? If not, why should it matter what fools think? Surface versus depth, reaction versus response, slave versus emperor of your own mind. So here's the challenge for you. Life's storms will come, that's a guarantee. The next time chaos strikes, when the stress mounts, when anger boils, when fear gnaws at the edges of your resolve, don't fight the waves. Acknowledge them. Say to yourself, I notice I'm feeling angry. I notice I'm afraid. Then, take the plunge. Dive deeper. Ask yourself, what would the man I'm becoming do in this moment? Not the man you fear you are, not the man others perceive, the man you are striving to be. And in those moments of introspection, remember this. You are not the storm. You are the lake. Deep, still, unbreakable. At your core lies a fortress no storm can penetrate. That is your strength. That is your power. Life will rage above, but your inner calm will remain unwavering, enduring, eternal.